Hi and welcome back to my channel, Crafty Come Lately. I'm going to share with you a couple more tips before I get started with any specifics on creating your own tags for gift tags or for decorating a card. And the other ideas is, of course, you can use paper, and the other sizes you can use is a 9x12. This happens to be a mixed media page in case you do any watercolor techniques on it. This one comes from the Canson mixed media notebook that I have, and it works really great for watercoloring, or if you need to do inking, stamping, and then watercolor coloring. So if you do a 9x12, you're going to use the size 7 tag, and you will make 6 out of it. So it'll be the 5 3/4 by 2 7/8, and you'll have 6 lined up like this, but they'll be obviously on the bigger paper. If you have a 12x12, it'll be, instead of 6 of these, it will be 8 of these. So it'll still be the number 7, the 5 3/4 by 2 7/8, but you will have 8 of them instead of 6. So that's the way to maximize. And just to review, if you have a 8.5 by 11 page paper, scrapbook, whatever paper you use as your base, you will have 6 of the number 6 tags, the 5 1/4 by 2 5/8, and that's this demonstration here. So just to review, in case this is your first video, of course you can make them any size, and if you have die cuts, go for it. I have some stencils. I have some for circles, and I have some like these ellipses, and then I have some fun shapes for the fall, so maybe like this pumpkin shape, or I don't know what that is, and maybe a leaf. So you could do it any size, but rectangle obviously gives you more space to work, and it's kind of quick and easy and maximizes your surface. But I did have a circle one back here, and I just basically cut it out of a greeting card, and I used my stencil to cut the circle out. So that's another tip. And then, of course, you can use, like I mentioned, watercolor, mixed media paper, regular cardstock, thicker cardstock if you're going to do some Copic marking, or scrapbook paper. You can just go right to and find your scrapbook paper. So, which leads me, and it can be thick or thin. I mean, not too thin, but it doesn't have to be thick. So another tip I have is, this is a black and white out of my Christmas pack here. There's some black and whites, and they're cute, but they're not enough. So like, just black and white looks okay. It could be any time, not necessarily Christmas. Even though this says Merry Christmas, it doesn't really scream Merry Christmas, but when you pop it with color, it just looks pretty cool. This one is a snowy scene, and it looks so much cooler when you color the white part. And since the other part is black, I just go right on top, and I color with my ink pad right on top. So that's a tip to color up your black and white to something that would be more Christmassy or more wintry, more appropriate. So FYI, that's another tip that I wanted to share. And also check your pad. So I'm using, again, the Very Merry, and that I got Tuesday morning, and the Kaiser Craft that I ordered from Joann's.com. And just check inside, because some of them do have little tags inside, and some are in the middle, some are in the back. So like, they happen to have these little tags or little greetings or little things that you could definitely use. These are cutouts that you can cut out of here, and out of and even this one, some wishes. So I mean, definitely take apart your pad, make sure you use everything. This one has these cute little greetings. This is all from the Kaiser Craft, and this came, do I have it? This one came, I have 2 sheets of these with the other one. So make sure to look through. So that's another tip, and a couple of them do say to and from. So I mean, definitely use that. And of course, you don't have to have a to and from on your tag, but it's nice if you do. You can handwrite it, or just leave it off. And then, of course, the other tip is to use your stickers. Dollar Store, Walmart, wherever you got them. This one is a gift tag from Dollar Tree, and I will use some of these on the back side possibly. even though I just got a stamp that says to and from. And then make sure you use your scraps. This is how I store my scraps for cardstock, minus that. This one is thin, so too thin, but like let's say black. And normally I use white for either my card bases or my tags. But if you do a snow scene, it's nice to do it on a darker cardstock. So black would actually be pretty cool to do a nice little snow scene. But yeah, but just get your, like if you want to use all your greens, I have them kind of color coded. So like my greens are back here. So start with those and see if you can, you know, match them up or kind of size them up and see if you can make any tags out of these. Like I could probably get a number 3 out of there, or a couple of number 2s, you know. And then of course the next tip would be to do like a little assembly line. So try to do as many as you can at once, meaning if you're gonna do a number 6 size, do at least 6 or 8 or whatever. And even if you don't do them the same way, just to get it started, you know, if you're going to punch the corners, if you're going to, you know, emboss a sentiment on it, and maybe you can change the rest of it, just, you know, as much as you can to make a little assembly line. Production helps to have fun and gives you, you know, gives you space and time and place to creative on the other parts. Also think about some things that are versatile, like this happens to be a flower stamp, but it looks like a snow punch, so I have used this. Also your scraps out of your paper pads can be used, almost like washi tape. You can make them borders, contrast. Also you can emboss your paper. This one happens to be a Teresa Collins that was on clearance. That big 8.5 by 11 embossing folder. It looks like a tree trunk. So, and it was like $2, I think it was. Wood Grain is called, Wood Grain Cottage. And I just really, like I don't have an embossing or a die cut machine, but I just really spray water all over both sides. And I put them on the inside the embossing folder. Squish it really hard or roll it or stand on it or whatever, and then take it out and dry. You can either air dry or heat tool dry, and that's how it comes out. No need for a machine. And what else? Make sure you use your stamps. Have fun. Washi tape or any kind of decorative tape that you have, and little sentiments. And you can put actually tags on top of tags. So you could put this kind of tag on maybe this kind of a tag and layer it. So just some ideas to throw at you, and I will come back and do a couple of specific ones in the next few days and share with you some ideas. And thanks so much for watching, and have a wonderful day. Bye.